everyone, it's John and Edward. We're here live to all the listeners. Great to be here. How are you, Graham?
I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, great. We're just here. We just landed. Our plane just landed this morning. We're here now in London.
Where have you come from then?
We came from.
We flew in from Dublin on an aeroplane.
Okay, let me first and foremost, forgive me. I've got to work out which is John and which is Edward.
I'm actually John, and that's Edward. And the way to tell the difference between us is I have a scar on my nose, and Edward has a scar on his lip. So if you ever meet us in reality, you'll know.
Where did the scars come from?
There's a game in Ireland called hurling, and I got hit by a hurl.
The thing about it is, when me and John were younger, we were really active. We were always outside, so I'm surprised.
Doing sports.
I'm surprised we don't have more scars. But I have a scar on top of my lip, which I got when I fell off a bike.
Look, how long ago was it that you were first unleashed on the unsuspecting public? When did you first appear on X Factor? What year was it?
It was 5 years ago, and it's kind of crazy to think that it's been 5 years because
It's amazing to think it's been half a decade, and we're working on our 4th album, which is really exciting to think that we have so much music out there for all our fans, and we've done so many concerts. I think we've done thousands of shows.
Yeah, but me and John, we always keep it fresh. We always keep redoing songs, and we're always keeping it fresh for our fans.
And we're always reinventing ourselves, so that's what keeps it interesting for all our fans. So 5 years just flew by.
Now, when you first appeared, you were John and Edward. Who was it that actually christened you guys JEDWARD?
I think it was our mom when we were in school ages ago, but then
Because she used to think if it was John, she'd think that it was John, then she'd figure out it was Edward, so she'd go Edward. So it was kind of actually our mom officially.
It just happened,
But
JEDWARD.
the thing that's great about me and John is that JEDWARD's a really strong brand, that it doesn't matter what song or whatever we have out, people still want to say
It's
hi.
like the Killers, Coldplay, they all have solid names, and Jedward is a solid name too. So if you're at a festival and you see the word Jedward, you're going to go to that festival.
You know what you're going to get, don't you?
Yeah, we did Gullfest, and we did different festivals over the summer, and I think the reaction was really, really
And we
good.
play guitar and everything, and do acoustic versions of our songs, and do some covers here and there.
Yeah,
And
'cause I think a lot of people in the UK think oh, JEDWARD, they're crazy, they're jumping on walls. But I feel me and John we
we put on a great show. We can be on stage
Yeah.
for 2.5 hours.
we surprise a lot of people when people come to the concerts, or with their children or whatever, if they're a fan, that by the end of the concert they're enjoying themselves as well.
They enjoy it as well. You mentioned your fans. We rather innocently on Twitter yesterday just happened to mention that you were coming on the show. Your Twitter handle @PlanetJedward, and it just went crazy. I mean, it just went absolutely bonkers. We have had hundreds upon hundreds of people saying, "Oh, fantastic! We can't wait. We're looking forward to hearing Jedward." We've had stacks of questions for you, so I'm going to go through some of the questions. We'll do as many as we can.
Oh, great.
Shortly. But you said you're working on the 4th album, and this album is the one that is the first one to be written and produced entirely by you guys.
Yeah, so for me and Edward, this is officially our first album from
I think it was
us.
kind of that stage that we wanted to kind of make the transition to this is almost like our first album, because our last albums, they're all cool and everything, but I don't think anyone even heard them in the UK. But we're in Germany, we're in Australia, we're in Canada,
Estonia, Finland.
So why have you decided to be in charge and do this all yourself?
The thing about us is that we're always progressing. Since day one, we're always improving and reinventing ourselves and always learning more. So even in music, we're still getting better and better at producing and writing the songs. So
but this album is going to be actually we kind of spent time on it to make it actually good and presentable, because I feel we've had time to live life and write about certain things. Because when we came off X Factor, that's all we could talk about was oh, Simon Cowell, I can't really write a song about him. So it'd
be a very boring song.
So
I like white t-shirt.
I feel we've had time to kind of get ourselves together and realize where we want to be in
And we've
the
been in
future.
such an interesting place. We've been all over the world. We've done so much shows. We met thousands upon just so many girls. It's insane. So we now know how to express ourselves in a way of writing songs.
So what has inspired you for the songs for this album?
What's inspired us is seeing our fans and getting fan mail and stuff from our fans just through life experiences.
I think living life, and people who've said you won't be here in 5 years' time and we're still here, and I think people who've kind of done you wrong,
and writing
people
songs.
I like people who trying to keep you down, and we have a song called Ferocious, and that's all about being a fighter, a warrior. And then we've got a song called Karma, and that's all about people who've done like things like preventing us from doing stuff.
And then we got a song called The Golden Years, that things are already great right now, but we still got to reach the golden years, and just so many different songs we're always working on.
And then we got a song called Silent Raindrops, which is all about
it's like a massive progressive dance house song, which is great because our fans love dancing.
Yeah, but it's all about like people like
it's all good.
It's people like dying, but then people don't realize about it, but then it's all like silent, but it's raindrops.
It's those people that said, you won't be around in 5 years' time. What do you say to them now then?
Download our brand new single, Free Spirit.
Yes,
on iTunes.
It's number 3 in the UK right now.
Well, we've got it here. Should we play it?
Yes.
Okay, Jedward, Free Spirit. Quickly, tell us what Free Spirit's about.
Free Spirit is a song that me and Edward wrote in January, and it's about an ice skater in America who is the #1 ice skater. Her name's Gracie Gold, and she inspired the music and stuff like that, and then the words is the way she's doing like different stuff. It's about being a free spirit, going out in life and living your life, and